All right, and here's a look at your forecast. We've got a lot to talk about, so stick around. We're going to have a lot of details to kind of dive into here. Starting with the hourly forecast for today, certainly a lot warmer than it was yesterday. Compared to yesterday in Northwest Arkansas, we were in the 20s. This afternoon, it's going to be the mid-upper 40s, so it's going to feel definitely a lot better out there. Not super breezy, but the occasional wind, let's say between about 5 to 10 miles an hour. That's going to lead to just a slight wind chill at times, but not super chilly out there. Here's a look at what we got for the River Valley. Kind of the same thing, except a couple lower 50s will be possible. Sunny skies throughout the day today. It's going to be a nice little break between the cold that we had this weekend, yesterday, and then the cold that we have coming up. So before we get into that, here's a look at this afternoon. Upper 40s, lower 50s, pretty much area-wide, mostly sunny skies. And again, some of those winds anywhere between about 5 to 15 throughout the day today. So it's a pretty good day. Now, overall, overnight tonight, there is going to be a chance for some lingering showers. It's really early in the morning through at least mid-morning. And you can see it's going to be certainly a lot warmer than it was the last couple of mornings. We're leaving the teens and we're starting to get into the 30s once again. A couple showers will be possible. So we're going to keep those rain chances. And then it kind of starts to fizzle out by the time we get to midday. Then we're going to be partly cloudy. And then take a look at those temperatures. We've got the lower to mid 50s, even some upper 50s. So certainly a continuation of those nice temperatures ahead of the next headline. And this is going to be the main headline that we've been talking about last couple of days. It's going to be the headline throughout the next several days as well. And that's going to be the potential for some winter weather coming up Friday into early Sunday. So latest updates today looks like it's going to kind of continue into early Monday. So that's one of the big changes since overnight. And then it looks like, yes, we have the potential for some snow showers, very cold temperatures out there, and even a little bit of some wind mixed in with that. And then just stay tuned throughout the next couple of days, just because each day we're going to get details as we get further and further into the week, closer to Friday. So keep in mind some of these details will change even throughout the day today. So what we do know is the timing, as of now, looks to be right around Friday, let's say Friday afternoon, continuing into Sunday, mostly into the morning. And then we're also talking about the precipitation type. Once you get into these kind of 1 to 4 day windows, that's when you start getting a little bit better details. What type of precipitation could fall? We get all sorts of information on that, and it looks like it's going to be mostly snow in Northwest Arkansas. A little bit of a mix in the River Valley at times, and then there is the potential for some travel disruptions. So just keep in mind, like I said, these details will get a little bit more clear in terms of the overall impact as we get closer. This is what we know as of now. Now, the Futurecast, this is showing you Thursday, there could be a couple showers across the area, mostly later into the afternoon, into the evening. And then overnight, that's when we start to see some activity pick up into Friday morning. And that would be a little bit of a transition in the River Valley. So along and south of I-40, that's when we could see some early activity, mostly a precipitation mix. As we make our way further into the afternoon, that's when we see that mix kind of push further to the south. There is going to be widespread snow activity across the area, and this continues pretty much all throughout the remainder of Friday into Saturday. And keep in mind, we'll get a little bit better resolution with some of the short to medium range models, but it does look like snow activity pretty persistent Friday into Saturday. And yes, it continues even into portions of your Sunday. So we're going to have kind of a busy weekend ahead in terms of what it looks like with this forecast. And what looks to be falling with this activity will mostly be snow for the areas you see in this dark blue, and then a little bit of a transition to some snow, maybe some light icing further to the south where you see the light blue. And keep in mind, this could change over the next couple of days. We're still within that kind of 3 to 5 day window. So keep in mind, later on, we'll be a little bit closer with those runs, and we'll have the details coming up this evening. But right now, it looks like we have a little bit more higher confidence in terms of what types we could see, a little bit better timing. And just keep in mind, this is going to change as we get closer and closer to Friday. The other thing, too, is it's going to be very cold. This is wind chills Saturday morning into the negative range, and then continuing into Sunday morning, Monday morning, and so on. So we've got some very cold temperatures with this as well. And you can see that kind of reflects that with the 7-day forecast, because we got a couple of single digits on there. Some of the mornings looking a little bit warmer compared to the forecast yesterday. You may have noticed that it's a little bit of a change from yesterday, but regardless, if it's 5 degrees, if it's 10 degrees, that's still very cold. There could be an extended period of time where we don't even get above freezing in Northwest Arkansas between late Friday into early Monday. So that's looking pretty cold. I'm not made for that. So I'm not looking forward to any of this. As long as we don't have any sort of major impacts, I'm hoping for the best, but it does look like we're going to get some type of measurable snow. We'll have better details on that. I don't necessarily want to show the totals maps yet, just because these things, they'll change with each run, and we'll really have a better understanding here in the next couple of days. So right now, just go ahead and prepare for the very cold temperatures, potential for some winter weather impacts Friday into Saturday, or Friday, Saturday into early Sunday morning. So very cold out there. I'm not looking forward to that.
Yeah, and you know what those cold temperatures mean over the weekend is if we do get some precipitation, it's not going to be melting for a while.
Yeah, and if we do see any measurable precipitation, you saw into like early Tuesday morning, it's still going to be cold. So it's going to be sticking around for a while. Everyone knows that last couple of winter storms that we had last year, it felt like that snow just took forever to melt. So.
Oh, yeah, and there was a lot of it, too.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thanks, Joshua.